Okay. How you doing?
For the delay. I was working on I'm scoring this Boy Is Mine commercial thing right now. So
What, I mean, with the original singers or
yeah, they got a tour coming up. I don't know if you heard
yeah.
about the tour that's coming up. So
Yeah, yeah.
working on the commercial for it right now.
Okay. Okay. What does that mean though? Because don't they have the original song? They just use it or they you want to re-record it or
I have to like score it. So I have to make it fit the visualizer of there's an actual like trailer for the tour.
okay.
So
Wow.
I'm taking elements from the original, but I'm tricking it out so it can
Okay.
fit the concept of the commercial,
Wow.
which I can't give that part away yet. But yeah,
Okay. 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 Okay.
yeah,
Wow. I mean, what do you think about them touring? I mean, some 20 years
it's
from
amazing. I think it's amazing. Should have happened sooner.
yeah, I think Ray
Yeah.
J called it though, and everyone thought he was going crazy when he called it out last year.
He did. Yeah, he put it together. Yeah, that's true. I think him and Ryan Ramsey, the ones that put it together. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's best to start off to congratulate you with your nomination into the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
When's the actual induction ceremony?
June 12th in New York City.
Okay, okay. How do you feel about being inducted one would say young, but I mean at this stage of your career?
I think I'm the youngest inductee from what they've been telling me.
Wow.
Uh, I mean, I'm for it. I'm excited. I'm excited about the opportunity of it all, and it's an honor to be honored. So I'm humbled by that. Um, my great mentor and dear friend Teddy Riley is going to be the one inducting me into the Hall of Fame. So I'm even
Oh,
more excited about that, having the opportunity to spend some time with him and see him in New York, and it's going to be a great moment. So still
you
taking it, still taking it all in.
but when you think about it, I mean, reflecting on this young kid who drove down to Virginia with your dad. I mean, you have to give shout out to your dad for, drive taking you down there and then just hanging around, just waiting to get in. I mean, when you think back at those times, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely just it's full circle. You know what I mean? Just that moment, and then Teddy being inducted last year, and then me following up, and him inducting me in this year. It's just like this is kind of just the most humbling experience, and for me, just to make it that far from a kid from Jersey who went in the car and waited in the parking lot for probably 7 to 8 hours just to meet the one producer that I just wanted to meet, and spend just I just wanted to shake his hand, to be honest. And for him to be so gracious to give me the opportunity to play my music for him, and then spending pretty much that whole day there at Future Recording Studios and meeting his team, and then being able to just spend a lot of days at Future, and from Virginia Beach to New York with Teddy, and spend a lot of time around him and just learning somewhat the blueprint of what it takes to be in this industry. Um, I'm super grateful and just humbled by it all. Yeah.
when you think of it, there are many people who stop by the studios, and we know about Pharrell and Neptune's. I
Yeah.
was even surprised to hear that Missy and Timberland were also there at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you took advantage of what you being there.
I think what it was is that, first of all, I think everybody, I mean, it was different for me because Timberland and Missy and Pharrell, they lived in Virginia.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Teddy's at the pinnacle of his career, just got off of Dangerous and whatever else, and all of these, I remember being in the studio with him when he was creating the My Love remix for Mary J. Blige with Heavy D coming in and
Oh,
doing remember those moments, like sitting right there watching it, him doing his different versions, per capella mixes, and all these different mixes he would do. And I was there watching it. But those guys, like Pharrell, Tim, they lived in Virginia. So,
Mm,
you're in Virginia Beach and you see at nighttime that big Future recording, sign,
yeah.
set up. I mean, people are going to stop by there that live there for sure. But me, we came all the way from it was a 6 hour drive from South Jersey, you know, so it was a little bit different.
Mm.
They had the if I lived there with Teddy probably told me to go home. you know, probably would have told me to go home. But yeah, like I'm just super grateful that I was able to just to have the opportunity to be under his wing and to see him create. It did so much for me in my career.
How did, I mean, when you went back home after, being around John Marie and everyone and hearing Teddy's work ethic and process, did that mean you go back home and does it mean you work harder? Do you add a little bit more? Or what does that do when you go back home after seeing him at his peak doing his stuff and then you take what you've learned? What do you do differently?
I think it was just like for me, like I learned the process. I was so young. You got to remember, I'm so young, so nothing was. I never really experienced what a studio was at that level.
Mm,
Everything was in my dad's basement.
mm.
The house we grew up in Pomona, New Jersey. So there's wires everywhere. There's no, I mean, like I'm making. I had a 4 track machine, and I'm making it do 7 tracks. I had to make it flip to do 7 tracks. My MPC, which is still my baby, which is right here next to me, right? I'm sampling vocals in the MPC as the sampler for the vocals, and then flying them over and then trying to stack them again to make them thicker. I was doing all these little things at my house. And when I got to Teddy's studio, I'm looking at an SSL board every day. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing the master at work that, my brother would play so many different Teddy songs at the house and remixes, and I would sneak them at times. And so now that I get to him in his studio, I'm seeing like the professional stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm seeing the professional where I'm seeing him record vocals with these artists. And so with that, it let me in on how it's supposed to be as a pro early on.
Mm.
So it paved the way, it carved out the way to when I get to Whitney and Mary and all these different people, because I seen it with my eyes. This is how you're supposed to work with them. This is how you're supposed to. And Teddy didn't play any games, by the way. Like Teddy's a producer's producer. So, he wasn't the person that's just like telling somebody just go sing and you sound great. Oh, that's great. Do it. No, Teddy was like, no, do that again. No, that could be way better. Do it
Mm.
again and do it again. He's gonna push you, push you, and push you. So I learned that by just sitting there and watching. And I don't even think he knew at that time how inquisitive I was.
Mm.
I don't think he knew it. I think when he saw me, I think he just allowed me to be there because he heard something in my music that he resonated with. So I think he just was being a nice guy and was like, "Yeah, you can sit in, little bro. You can sit." He didn't know, like my mind was going, like I mean, I was soaking it all in. I was just like, nah, I'm absorbing everything. You can't get away with nothing right now. Everything, I'm taking it in. I'm taking it in. And I did. I learned so much. So much. You have no idea. I learned so much by watching it and seeing the process. And then, seeing how hard he was working, that instilled in me uh, that I have to work hard. You
Mm.
know, and I used to have a thing when I was that young. I was like, sleeping is not an option if you want to. You can't sleep. So I was trying to outwork everybody that I was pretty much around, And so I'm just grateful. I'm just
Yeah.
It happened that way. It could have happened there's many ways to get to your path, to your destiny, but it happened the way I would have drew it up. I would have drew it up that same exact way. I mean, what better way to the greatest producer listens to a demo tape and recognizes your music. You get in the car the next day and go 6 hours with your father. You sit in the parking lot for 6.5 hours. He doesn't show up. You go to Denny's, you come back, and then he's pulling up and he lets you in the studio to play your music. You couldn't ask for better.
Yeah.
A better. You know what I mean? Just couldn't be better.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between us, or even loving us, on which I did miss you.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay, you're okay.
They don't understand what Jonas' voice meant at all.
Play it.